The worst drought in 60 years. Mother Earth unleashes its fury. A heart-wrenching cry for help. And this is only the beginning. In hardship, humanity shines through, even if only in faint glimmer. Loss is an unavoidable part of this cruel journey. Millions of lives are thrust into a journey into the unknown, in search of survival. Memories of past disasters resurface, but this time, it seems even worse. The last refuge? Or a new vortex of despair? Every grain of food is a ray of hope, but it is never enough. Livelihoods are depleted. Livestock, the greatest asset, cannot escape the drought's deadly scythe. It's not just the lack of water. Nature brings other harsh trials. Lives erased, fates as fragile as dust in the wind. East Africa, 2011. A nightmare begins with the silence of the sky. Life once sprouted in these places, now it's just a memory. The water source, the lifeblood of the people, has completely vanished. An unanswered question hangs over the bowed heads. In despair, a mother's love remains a faint, warm flame. The ultimate helplessness when facing the devastation of nature. Livestock, companions, a source of life, now also become a burden. Food reserves are exhausted. Hunger begins to creep into every family. Childhood stolen by hunger and hardship. The most difficult decision, to stay or to leave. There is no other choice, they must leave. A forced exodus, an escape from death. Every crack in the earth is a warning of the ecosystem's fragility. Even the smallest creatures cannot escape the grip of the drought. The pain of those who stay behind, burdened by memory and responsibility. The fight for survival has just begun. Ahead lies a journey fraught with danger and uncertainty. What was once an abundant source of life is now a watery grave. Fragile beauty withers under nature's harshness. Sandstorms become a constant obsession, bringing disease and despair. The earth is torn open by a prolonged thirst. The rivers that once carried silt and life are now just memories. Even the witnesses of time cannot withstand the destruction of the drought. The great migration of both humans and animals, a race against death. Ghost villages where life once existed. Water, more precious than gold, becomes an unattainable luxury. The scorching heat drains energy and hope. Even the most resilient creatures struggle to survive. The green of life is erased, replaced by the color of death. The future of agriculture is threatened. The seeds of hope cannot sprout. The lament of a generation witnessing their homeland's deformation. The messengers of death are ever present. The silent evidence of the drought's brutality. Under the night sky, loneliness and despair deepen. The last drop of water evaporates, taking with it the last of hope. The dances of death on a barren land. Complete crop failure. Famine is inevitable. The sun, a source of life, now becomes the enemy. The struggle for survival takes place on every level, for every creature. Mother Earth is exhausted, and her children, humanity, are also on the precipice. The dawn brings little hope, just another day of trials. Every step is a monumental effort, a battle against one's own limits. Haunting images reminding them of the fate that might await. In hardship, humanity shines through, even if only in faint glimmers. Thirst tortures the body and soul, pushing people to their breaking point. Whispered stories, sparks of hope kindled in the darkness. The strength of a mother's love is the driving force to overcome all hardship. A fleeting joy, the water source too meager for their needs. Sickness stalks the weakened bodies, especially the children. Loss is an unavoidable part of this cruel journey. Traces of a once vibrant life, now only ruins. Every footstep is a wound, both physical and spiritual. Nature relentlessly tests the limits of human endurance. With every trial passed, they grow a little weaker, but the will to survive remains. Fellow sufferers find each other, sharing the burden. A child's emotional numbness in the face of overwhelming pain, an alarming sign. The treacherous terrain adds to the hardship of the journey. Fairy tales, a fragile hope planted in a child's soul. The smallest signs are enough to ignite great hope. Hope, barely kindled, is swiftly extinguished. The harsh truth and fierce will to survive, refusing to surrender to fate. In the distance, a real glimmer of hope, or just another mirage. The faint destination appears, ending one chapter and beginning another. The silent exodus has come to an end, but is life in a refugee camp a paradise? The world's largest refugee camp, where hope and despair coexist. The unsung heroes fighting against time and limited resources. A makeshift roof, a new and precarious beginning. The battle for every bit of food to sustain life. Relief aid is only enough to survive. It cannot completely banish hunger. In dire circumstances, children still find joy in the smallest things. Lack of clean water and poor sanitation are breeding grounds for deadly epidemics. The fight to save lives happens every hour, every minute. A chance encounter, a small connection between strangers. The numbers that speak volumes reflecting the severity of the famine. Clean water, a priceless asset, is always scarce in refugee camps. Education, a torch that lights up the future, even in the most difficult circumstances. No matter the circumstances, people always try to rebuild their lives. The night brings temporary rest, but also hidden dangers. Security is a pressing issue in overcrowded refugee camps. The work of humanitarians is never easy. The pain of loss does not fade, even in a safer place. The vibrant spirit of childhood, a reminder of the future. Empowering women, helping them gain skills for greater independence. Another day ends, but the future remains uncertain. A heavy responsibility and the unanswered questions about the future of these children. The support of the international community, a great source of encouragement. Life in a refugee camp, a long chapter in the lives of millions. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Every child saved is a victory, a testament to the value of life. Working towards self-reliance, giving people back the power over their own lives. The miraculous recovery of children, a symbol of hope and the future. Planting the seeds of life, planting the seeds of hope for the future. The power of community, overcoming difficulties together. Preserving culture, connecting the past with the future. Personal connections, a source of moral support for humanitarian workers. Culture is spiritual medicine, helping people forget their temporary hardships. Sharing multiplies joy and lessens sorrow. A sign of change from nature, could this be the end of the nightmare? Hope and doubt, mixed emotions in the face of nature's shifts. The rain of life, the rain of hope, washing away the suffering. Pure joy, a release after long days of waiting. Emergency relief may end, but long-term challenges remain. The powerful vitality of nature. Mother Earth can heal herself, if respected by humanity. The journey home, a new beginning full of challenges, yet also full of hope. Love and hope are the most precious baggage for the future. The 2011-2012 East Africa crisis is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and our responsibility for this planet. The fight against poverty and climate change is far from over. Will we learn the lessons of the past to build a more sustainable future for all?